Alright everybody, welcome back to Asphalt Legends Unite. This is part 19 of our series. We are beginning, actually, the Green Machines here. I've upgraded the car that we're using. We've only got one car that's actually available for use, shockingly. And it's our DS automobiles. So obviously that means the episodes are going to be a little shorter because we're only going to be able to play 6 races at a time, even if we play the same one more than once. So I think it's probably going to take us 2 or 3 episodes to get through this season, but that's okay. All right, let's go. I barely use this car now that I think about it. Like, still more than the Mercedes for sure. Whew. I had a doctor's appointment earlier today, so I had to be up nice and early. And then in the time between getting up and getting ready, I was already all ready and I had time to kill. I started Transformers Armada finally, so that's good. I meant to start it yesterday, but a bunch of personal matters to attend to, so that's why I haven't started it till today. But I'm on to episode 5 now, so that's, decent. I didn't realize just how much it was quite literally just Transformers the anime, which is fine with me. Like, I like anime. I haven't watched a whole lot of anime, though. Like, I've seen, I guess Pokemon counts. I've seen that. I've seen Dragon Ball, though I haven't seen any of the newest Dragon Ball series. I've only watched up to Super, I think is what it is, that I last watched. I haven't seen anything past that. Same with Pokemon. I watched up until the end of Ash's journey. So I think that's like 25 seasons, and then I haven't watched past that. I have no interest in watching past it, I just personally don't, it's just a personal thing for me. Same with everything after Toriyama died. I have no interest in reading or watching or anything for Dragon Ball, so because I know the creator had no input. So that's my reasoning for that. And then I've seen the first 2 seasons of Demon Slayer, and then I guess now Transformers. So yeah, there's your ideas, I guess. But yeah, I finished. Obviously I've talked about it. It was a while ago that I finished it. My first full novel, right? I finished the first draft of it, at least, the very rough outline. That's not excruciating. It doesn't have all the extra detail, right? Instead of being he walked into the room and the texture of the air, or it's not super detailed. It's just kind of your very basic outline, and that's that. So I had that get read through by a test audience of about 10 people, and they all want me to continue it, so I'm going to get to that eventually. But for now, I'm working on expanding my Marvel universe. My own Marvel. So far, right now there's a Spider-Man story, a Fantastic Four story, 3 Hulk stories, and now I've now just finished the second X-Men story, and then there's a couple of other heroes that have been established as existing, but I just haven't written stories for them because I haven't really had any good ideas that haven't been done. So like Ant-Man, Wasp, Iron Man, Daredevil, Punisher, Elektra, and Blade all are confirmed to exist. So, boom, three flags right away. So yeah, I finished the X-Men, the second X-Men story, which actually, the reason I did 3 Hulk stories. Oh, and Thor is confirmed to exist. That's right, Thor. I had Spider-Man cameos in the epilogue. So it's set up like this. So it's like the first story is Fantastic Four, and in the Fantastic Four story, they at one point go to Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne for advice, and then in the epilogue of that, Spider-Man shows up being like, "Yo, I want a job," right? Like he did in the first Spider-Man issue. And then the second story is X-Men, which takes place entirely in the 60s and doesn't involve any of the it involves just the original X-Men team from the comics, and is very much a like variation on the First Class kind of idea, and such, and kind of sets up some very basic plot lines of X-Men, and that's really it. And it doesn't really connect to the Fantastic Four or anything, so like you don't have to have read anything else to understand it. And then it goes to Spider-Man, where Iron Man has a cameo. It's established that he is in that world, and then at one point Spider-Man also meets a new team of X-Men that have not been established yet as existing, but it includes Wolverine and Colossus and all of them. And also, obviously, he tries to join the Fantastic Four. Then there's the Hulk trilogy, which takes place before the Spider-Man story and follows, the origin of the Hulk. It deals with a lot of the like mystical and magical elements of Hulk's origin, deals with his childhood, and sets up characters like Hulk, She-Hulk, Red She-Hulk, A-Bomb, Abomination, kind of the whole Hulk mythos. And then in the third and final Hulk installment, it introduces the fact that Thor has been around since before any of the heroes in this universe and just hasn't visited Earth often. And it also introduces Wolverine as a member of Alpha Flight, and introduces Alpha Flight, and also introduces Sabretooth, and kind of that dynamic with Wolverine. And the kind of final thing it introduces is in the epilogue of the third Hulk story, we get introduced to Deadpool, who is... It's kind of setting, and then now here we are, and I'm doing my second X-Men, which is explaining the origins of the team that kind of showed up in the Spider-Man story. So this once again takes, like, all of these take place before Spider-Man. Spider-Man fighting Venom is technically the actual most recent event that occurred in that universe, technically speaking. But I've written 5 stories since that just take place before it. Because Spider-Man was actually the first story I wrote, and I wrote everything else as being before that so far. So, but anyway, so yeah, it establishes the new X-Men team, and Wolverine and like Logan joining the X-Men and getting his iconic suit and blah 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 blah. The rise of Apocalypse, stuff like that. Some pretty cool stuff. And so I don't know what I'm going to necessarily... Oh yeah, and then the Spider-Man story also has cameos from Daredevil, Punisher, Elektra, and Blade. So that's why they're also established. Like, the Spider-Man one really carried right? Like I wrote that Spider-Man story, I released it, I put other heroes in to show that it was a full filled out universe that had other characters, and then I expanded from there and did stories for the characters that I most felt deserved their own stories in my universe, or like that I had the most interest in creating their own plot lines and threads and stories. Why can't I access these credits over here? It won't let me. I'll try doing that thing that I figured. Oh, no, fuck off. 1 sec. There we go. Okay, so we need 9 to get to that one. We're at 7. So we just need to win the race and do 2 barrel rolls. And then, yeah, I've got a DC universe, but funny enough, the DC universe that I've made is actually significantly smaller. Like, the only heroes that are currently active are the main Justice League. And the more, good Lantern Corps. Like, yeah, green, blue, purple, pink, you know. The more heroic of the Lantern Corps. Are we all this? I just realized I think we're all the same car. But yeah, that's really it. I think that's all I've really... Yeah, and then the Justice Society existed in my DC universe, but has since, like, broken up. And that's it. So, really the only active heroes on Earth are, like, the main Justice League, excluding Martian Manhunter, and then all the Green Lanterns. Like Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner, John Stewart, and Guy Gardner in particular. Alan Scott has unfortunately passed away in my universe. And you know. And Aqualad. Aqualad's like the only standout because, like, Batman hasn't met Robin in my universe yet, or Batgirl or anybody. The only hero with an actual sidekick in my universe so far is Aquaman. And he doesn't even have his own story. He just mentions that he has a son that is his sidekick, Aqualad. So, yeah. But I am, like while all of the stories I'm doing in the Marvel universe, they cross over and they kind of have their own thing. They kind of have their own thing going. They are building up to one big story. Same with DC. You know, I like kind of doing what like Phase 1 of Marvel did, where it's like it's its own unique thing. You could watch one of the movies and ignore all the other ones and then still understand what was going on, you know? And that's what I'm doing. Oh wow, we got a gas refill right when we were about to run out. That's actually really good for us. That means we can continue. But yeah, the only reason my Marvel universe... I'm kind of doing my own Marvel universe in the sense of, like, if every character was involved from the very beginning. So... it's going to be very different from the MCU. I'm not going to make it very similar at all. As I'm sure you can already tell by the fact that the Fantastic Four and Spider-Man are in Phase 1, quote-unquote, and then there's a whole Hulk trilogy in Phase 1, and then Iron Man and Thor and Captain America... Thor and Iron Man have cameoed, more or less. Well, Thor was a side character in a Hulk movie instead of the reverse, and Iron Man literally just had a cameo, and Captain America hasn't even been mentioned. So, like, yeah. And then I would say that my DC universe is going to be structured differently than the DC EU or DCU, but let's be honest, DC hasn't been able to have a cinematic universe, and their comics are a mess, and just DC's a mess. I love DC, but they're a mess. So, like, at least my universe is competent with an actual, like, plan. And the most recent thing to happen in my universe is Barry Allen discovering that the Speed Force can cause time travel. So, And like my DC thing, I've got 4 Batman stories, a whole Green Lantern trilogy, only 2 Superman stories, no Wonder Woman, no Aquaman. Wonder Woman I have one. Sorry, it's 4 Batman. Yes, please. 4 Batman stories, a whole Green Lantern trilogy. 2 Superman stories, 1 Flash story, and then Wonder Woman has a cameo in the Flash story. Aquaman has a cameo in one of the Batman stories, and Martian Manhunter has a cameo in the 3rd Green Lantern story. So obviously it is clearly building to Justice League, but you know. Alright, in the race. So we need to get to 13, and this will bring us up to 13. So, time... Okay, we're good. I'm checking the time because it's like 3 p.m. for me right now, and I need to leave at 4. Okay, nitro time, 5 seconds. Perfect nitros 2 when... Okay. Let's do this. But yeah, sorry for my little nerd rant there. I thought that there would probably have been someone who was interested in that. I don't know what... I have the X-Men story finished. It's done. It's just a matter of, like... I'm gonna have to do this one twice. Poop. Well, I got 2 out of 3 flags on that, so that wasn't too bad. But yeah, it's just a matter of, like... whenever I end up doing it, I guess. Like, for lack of a better words. What's the next season? American Most Wanted. So does that unlock... That unlocks... There. Okay. Yeah, like, it's all done. It's all on a document. It's literally just, I have to post it in my Discord server. Which, like, join my Discord server. If you go to my linked social media accounts, yes, I have a Wattpad and an AO3 and a Space Hay. But I'm not very active on any of them. I lost the password to my AO3. I can't get back into it. Wattpad is dead. Like, as a site, I just haven't found any... I just feel like it isn't the same as it used to be. I used to be incredibly active on there, but, like, I'm also a 20-year-old man, so I just don't... You know, I don't find it as... You know... Anyway... I still occasionally post. Like, I think I posted a new story on Wattpad last year, but not often. And Space Hay was really cool when it was new, and I was extremely active on Space Hay. If you go on my Space Hay account, like, I was extremely active on there for probably 2-3 years, even when I wasn't active on YouTube, but it kind of died. So... Right now, the best place for content that's not YouTube, like YouTube videos, right? So my stories, my updates on my projects, even just chatting, is my Discord server. So my Twitter recently got suspended and I had to make a new account. My Reddit, I've been permanently banned from Reddit on all my accounts, so I don't, the subreddit's dead. Like, yeah. So Discord server is the most active place that I am, the place I'm most active for sure. So I definitely suggest joining there. There's a whole bunch of stuff. It's pretty great. Like, not to like self-advertise, but yeah. All right, 3 seconds of airtime and win the race. Get that 3 seconds. Oh geez, okay, I didn't really mean to go that way, but it's fine. We're good, we're fine, we're chilling. We're not chilling. That was not fine. How dare you? Alright, let's try that again. Get this card pack. Nice. I think this is probably going to be our last... What the... Okay. Our last one. Yes, this is going to have to be our last one for this video. So, let's try not to suck ass. Perfect. And here it is, it's 3:15. But unfortunately we can't play this, but how long does it take to... Yeah, 15 minutes. Unfortunate, because we'll have to leave by then. Alright, let's work on upgrading this Mercedes. Nice. Let's... Perfect. Wait, what? No, wait, I'm confused. Oh, yeah, I already knew that. Nice. Let's do some daily events. Why not? We've got these two. Let's do our daily car loot. Yes, we haven't done it today. Use the BMW. We always do for these daily events. Let's be honest here. I guess that's one of the extra things though. It's like with like having these the only 6 tries on career mode a day, or per recording session basically. Usually I only do 1 recording session a day on each game, right? That gives us time for sure each video to do career mode, daily missions, or daily events I should say, and then probably some online, So, oh dear Jesus, there we go, that's better. Alright, what do we get here? Not bad. And we'll claim that. Nice. We're pretty close to starring up a lot of our cars because of the daily car loot. Like, it really helps. We already did this credits heist. I guess I did it last night. So, what about multiplayer? Is this new? Ghost and Slipstream teams. And obviously I haven't done any of this, so I guess it's gotta be new. Oh? I don't own that car, do I? I don't believe I do. No, I don't. I don't know why it put me over there. Wait. If I click get ready... Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not gonna do this one then. So... guess that's all for this time. I hope that you all enjoyed. And I will see you all next time. See ya.